Hey y'all, Rally Girl here. You know Mother's Day is like just around the corner. Anyway, it's like less than a month away. I had to look and see. I mean, it seems like Christmas was just yesterday, you know? But anyway, with everything being so busy and you can kind of forget things and lose sight of stuff. I figured I would come and remind you all. And also, I figured this was a great opportunity to present some tutorials or do it yourselves on some jewelry pieces that you might want to present to your mom. This is also a nice way to get together with the family, do some arts and crafts. The children could actually be involved. As a matter of fact, this is also for children. Dads, you can actually step in there, help the children create these pieces to surprise mom, and then voila. So I hope you enjoy the tutorials that I am providing, and hopefully you'll make someone happy on Mother's Day. Anyway, and here's what you need. You'll need a pair of jewelry pliers and a pair of wire cutters. You'll also need a form to measure your ring. Here I have a ring mandrel that actually has measurements on it, but not everyone has one of these. So what I would recommend is you measure the ring that you want to fit. For example, if it's for mama or grandmama, you take their ring, one of the rings that they wear, and measure it. And what you want is to make sure that the form is a bit larger, a little bit larger than the ring that they actually wear. Because once you start to wrap the wire, the ring will actually go down in size. And then, of course, you want your assortment of buttons to choose from. And here, as you can see, there's so many different types, so many different varieties. These are very cute. And then if you want to like really dress it up, you can get what I think is fun, some very fancy buttons. Get them on clearance. I recommend that. You can find some really nice buttons to make the ring look very upscale. And you'll also need a wire. You want the wire to be 20 or 22 gauge. The lower the number or the lower the gauge of the wire, the harder it is to work with. So for beginners, maybe you want to try a 22 gauge. Here I have a 20 gauge, so I'll have to do a little bit more work. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going with a copper wire. Copper and brass wire you can pick up at your local craft stores at a decent price. I would suggest, if you are new to this, if you are a beginner, do not get the expensive sterling silver type wires, okay? But I like using copper and brass because they are natural and they're not going to change color over time. A lot of the times when you get the inexpensive silver wire at the craft store, it is coated, it's copper wire, but it's coated with silver. And, over time, like kind of fast, it starts to change color. So just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway, I'm going to go with this. And I decided to work with this blue bead and this gray bead, not bead, but buttons. Okay, what you do is you take your form. I'm going to use this magic marker as my form, and you take the wire, you have it in half, and you wrap it around once this way, and then you take the other piece and you wrap it around once that way, and they meet back in the middle. And as you can see, you have three back here. Don't let them cross up, you just keep them like so. Okay, anyway, once you're where you need to be, which is back in the front, you take that and you twist it one time, so you have it twisted. Then you proceed to feed your button. Okay. So you feed it on that side, and then you feed the other side. I know this is kind of retarded looking, but let's just do that. Okay. And there we have our button. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the gray button as well, just to see. So I have the gray button on. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to twist it the same way. I'm going to twist it around. And when I say one time, I mean 360 degrees, not 180. So it looks like two, but I'm just turning it all the way to the top. Like so, okay? Anyway, once you do that, you lay it flat, okay? See that? And you simply go around. So right now I'm creating this spiral by holding it down flat against the button. You see? And see, it's a little off center, but that's okay. That creates visual interest, makes it unique. Okay, now I'm done with that. I'm going to remove the ring from my form. I'm going to take the wire and I'm going to go underneath the buttons. And then I'm going to wrap one time. Again, 360. Boom. Okay? Just so you can see how all that looks. Okay, and I wrapped it one time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pliers just to hold all of the ring pieces parallel like so. And I'm just going to wrap. If I could get this, I think it's better to cut some of this off. Let's cut a little bit off because what we're going to do now is basically wrap these pieces around the ring itself because we're going to continue to form the ring. Okay, so now I'm taking the antennas, for the lack of a better word, and I'm just wrapping them around the ring. It definitely takes some practice. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I actually want to just take my hands and do that. And just wrap it around so that it's secure. Just continue to wrap. You see it? That's one side. And we're going to do the same for the other. See it? Be very careful with this too. Now I'm just going to tighten this up. Because you don't want anyone to get stuck with that. You kind of scrunch it in. Okay, there's a little piece I want to just cut off because it's a booger. Oops. But you want to kind of neaten it up a little bit. And it's okay for it to be imperfect because it's handmade. That's the beauty of handmade. And when you give this as a gift, the person that receives it, they're going to be so pleased and so proud and excited that they actually have an original handmade piece from you. Okay, now what I want to do is just fit it back onto my, see how it got smaller? Just like I said, see how it got smaller? So I just want to fit it on just a little bit, as much as you can, just to round it back out. There's the ring. Quite lovely. Now I'm going to try it on. So cute.